What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel here with Wrenching Life, and welcome back to all my wrenchers out there. Today we're going to be doing oil change on this vehicle. We'll be doing oil change, of course, genuine Mercedes filter, genuine Mercedes belt, of course the oil, and always replace the crush washer. So first thing you want to do is remove those covers. We'll take this cover off. Try to get some access to do the dry belt, and then probably lift up the car and we'll go from there. It's a pretty nice car, 2007 S class. As you can see right there, looks pretty good. Let's get to it. Always try to take a picture or some sort of diagram. That way you know how the belt came off or goes back on. Sometimes, especially with so many accessory pulleys and accessories, it could be a little bit hard to put it back together. As you can see, it's kind of routed from the crank to the AC compressor to the power steering pump to this upper idler, alternator, and then to this water pump, another idler, tensioner, and then to the crank again. So I'm gonna remove that 15 down there. I gotta see there's a pin, maybe put a pin in the tensioner to hold it, and then remove it, and then I'll replace it. I was able to put that pin on that tensioner down there, so kind of holds it in place. And now I'm just gonna remove the belt. Once I remove it, pretty straightforward. Kind of stuck here, but I'll remove it. Let me take it on and I'll start recording again. So here's a new and the old belt, as you can see there. I think this is the updated part number, the 80039937296. Of course, genuine belt. As you can see here, it's all done. Routed it right. Like I said, the tensioner was not a 15, it was actually a 17 to kind of remove the tension off of it. It makes it a lot easier if you just put a tensioner pin on it. You could also get a piece of coat hanger, cut it, and it's kind of basically the same almost diameter to stick it in there and kind of hold it in place. It makes it a lot easier. And once you're done, verify that you're constantly, or that you're actually the belt's routed correctly and it's not lipped anywhere, or else that belt will shred instantly. And then once you're done, remove the tension, remove the pin, and then you're good to go. And then we're gonna do an oil change next. So what I did, I raised up the vehicle. Make sure you gotta, if it has air suspension, you gotta put it in service mode. Remove the oil cap. Next thing you wanna do is remove the oil filter housing. I have this tool made by AST, part number M0219. That basically fits on there. Then I use like a 3/8 drive ratchet, and then just kind of remove it counterclockwise. You want to do this to basically any oil that's sitting on top, it just kind of drains as you're draining the oil. You don't want to remove it right away, just kind of enough to where it could breathe. And then from there, we're going to remove the belly pan. So the belly pan has these 8mm bolts. So I believe I gotta remove this front cover. And then once I remove it, I'll have access to the oil pan and the drain plug. So I'm gonna remove this, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Once I have the oil pan off, you see your drain plug right there. It is a 13, so I'm gonna remove it with the 13th. I believe this thing holds about 8.5 quarts. You've got to double check your service manual. But if you see there's a crush washer, you got to make sure you remove that. We're just gonna let it drain. Make sure you have a big catch can just to catch it. Like I said, it has about 8.5 quarts, so it'll fill up fairly quick if you have a small one. From there, we're gonna put a new crush washer, new filter, and then we'll go from the next step. So as you can see here, we have our new crush washer. We're gonna put a new crush washer on the drain plug. And then with the filter, genuine Mercedes ones, it comes with all the seals. So I think it comes with extra seals because I think this filter fits different models, but you want to replace these two O-rings and this upper O-ring. You make sure you replace all of them, especially this one, or else you will have a leak. So I'm gonna pull it out and then replace everything. It's kind of hard to do with one hand and recording, but like I said, remove these two O-rings, this one, slide the filter out, and that O-ring. As you can see here, I believe this is an aftermarket oil filter. It just doesn't look like OEM. So it takes two of these O-rings that look, they're about the same diameter, and then the bigger one. So those are replaced. The OEM filter, I don't know about the aftermarket, they have two notches. You want to push the filter down so this notch lines up with this bottom one. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. So it kind of lines up once you push. That one's kind of as closest to the bottom one. You don't want to see the second notch at the bottom. So now that it's draining, we'll let it drain. We'll put our drain plug with the new gasket, torque it down, put the belly pan. We'll put our oil filter, and then we'll top it off. So I torqued down my oil pan drain plug already. I'm just gonna put the belly pan. Always check your manufacturer spec to get the proper torque. So I'm gonna put the belly pan, all the 8, lower the vehicle, and put the oil filter. So once I put the filter in, you gotta make sure that the O-rings are seated properly. Tighten up by hand. Usually these get torqued, but I just kind of go as soon as it's tight, get a little tight, snug, and you should be good to go. So now we're gonna top it off. When it comes to oil, always check your service manual like I mentioned to you guys, and then verify the double spec before filling it up. These cars are kind of picky when you overfill them. So I'm gonna fill it up, and then I'm gonna double check the oil level once I'm done. So once I'm done with the oil change, I start the vehicle up. I did replace the dry belt as well, so when I had it running, I verified that the belt was routed right and running right. And also let it sit about 30 minutes, not 30 minutes. So once the oil change was done, I started the vehicle for about 30 seconds, kind of let the oil recirculate, get some up here, some in the oil filter. And then since I did replace the belt as well, I verified that all the belt was routed properly and was moving correctly and nothing was off. Once I let it sit for another 30 seconds, I'm going to double check the oil level. It should be, of course, I got to wipe it down, but it should be between these two marks right here. You don't want it high all the way because the oil does expand. So you want it somewhere in between here. So I'm going to check that. But like I said, overall, easy oil change, dry belt. Off to the next car. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.